Welcome to Level Check Roblox. This is your in-game parent review for Evomon, and we're here to answer one simple question. Is this game suitable for your child? Remember, nobody knows your child better than you do, so it's my job at Level Check to play these games so you don't have to, and let you know what they're all about so that you can make an informed decision. Timestamps are in the description as always. If you wouldn't mind liking the video to help other parents find this kind of content, that would really help me out. But let's jump straight into reviewing this game. I've had my eye on this one for quite a while. I've watched it grow in popularity in the top trending space. This is Evomon. It is a maturity minimal level game, meaning that it is pushed to the accounts of everyone aged 5 and up, and the developers have marked this as suitable for everyone. But as you can see from this trailer, it does look very similar to that all popular Japanese franchise, and the premise is exactly the same. Catch, battle, and explore worlds using these Evomon. Now, the interesting thing with this is it's already had over 38 million visits to the game. It was only produced on the 3rd of March 2026, but the important thing is that we're reviewing the 3rd of July 2026 update, just so that you know what this review is relating to. Let's jump straight in and take a look at the game. So unlike a lot of games, there is no lobby for this. You are thrown straight in with an opening cinematic and opening sequence. Then you are asked to pick one of the Evomon that will accompany you on your adventure. The gameplay is generally a open world exploration where there are wild Evomon around. You run into them to instigate battles with them, where you then use your moves on the right hand side here to essentially complete the combat. At the end of the combat, you have the option to catch the Evomon in one of their Evo balls, and then that allows you to grow your collection, either leveling up different types or collecting all of the ones that there are on offer. So aside from the localized chat functions in the top left and the voice chat that is supported, there is a main social hub that you can teleport to that allows players to interact with each other. There are also some different multiplayer modes such as raids and dungeons where players can team up with their friends or with others via a matchmaking system. But the general gist of the game is that you progress through these different leveled worlds, leveling up your Evomon, collecting new ones, and then progressing a storyline. So with that all in mind, let's dash straight into a risk review so you know what your child is going to be getting themselves into. Remember, my risk review runs with 0 stars being minimal or none at all the way through to 5 stars, which is the maximum. So let's kick this off with violence. The nature of the game is to catch these Evomon and battle with them, so you would expect it to have an element of violence, and beyond the sheer notion of combat and the pixelated character dashing across the screen, honestly, there really isn't any. There is no blood or gore, there is nothing that jumps out as extremely violent or unnecessary, so on the basis that this is supposed to be available for everybody, I mean, yeah, I would say that it probably is, other than the element of a 5 or 6 year old probably wouldn't be able to read a lot of the text that's on the screen and understand the full mechanics of what's going on. But generally speaking, I don't really have any issues with this. I think that is very fairly rated. So let's move on to psychological and emotional, and what I'm looking for here are things that are going to get your child into a rage, force them to rage quit, or they are going to give them extreme nightmares or have some kind of psychological or emotional impact. And I've got to be honest, there's nothing really here either, which is lovely to see for a game that has been rated as such. There's absolutely no tension in the battles, even the boss fights are nice and calmly managed. The turn-based system, I think, slows down a lot of that tension, so I have absolutely no issues here as well. The last section that I like to look at is financial, and here I'm looking for things that are going to mislead your child to spend their Robux, or whether the things that the child is buying are worth the money that they are spending on them, whether they're single use or if there's anything to be aware of or red flags with that. One of the things that jumps out to me with this game is that it is very well polished for a new game. It is very clearly structured, and honestly, all of the purchases seem to be hidden behind the appropriate menus or within shop interfaces that you would expect. There is one thing though for me to flag, and it's less of a issue but more just something to make you aware of, and that is that very early on in the game you are directed to go and get one of these adventure suits, which initially doesn't seem too much of a problem until you open the interface and you realise actually what you're now buying are mystery boxes with the chances essentially to gamble and get items that are going to help you in the game. Largely, this interface asks you to use your in-game money that you receive from beating other players or NPCs, and then you get your equipped suit like this. But as you can see, there's already a paywall to how many you can have, because you can only have 2 before you've then got to spend 99 Robux to get a third slot. Additionally, if you run out of the gold coins for the in-game currency, you then need to buy things like lucky spins or spend Robux to get more coins. So this is opening up a little bit of an area that I wouldn't be massively happy about. And of course, like you say there, if you spin and you don't have a slot available and you get something worse than what you had, it does then completely override what you had before. So just something to make you aware of rather than something to beat the game developers up about. So let's move into a very quick summary then, in case this is the only bit that you watch. There is nothing really in this game that jumps out as a problem. There is nothing particularly violent, emotionally taxing, or psychological that is going to cause your child problems. Under the financial element, everything seems to be well hidden behind menus. However, as we've just seen in this last clip, there is this element of mystery box and gambling. So just make sure that your child is aware of that, and if they have an addictive personality, then that might be a game changer for you. So if your child is asking whether they can play Evomon, my answer as an independent reviewer would be yes, they probably can, and yes, they probably should, because it was quite enjoyable too. I hope this review has been useful for you today. If it has, please do hit the thumbs up button to help other parents find this kind of content, and subscribe to Level Check Roblox for more in-game parent reviews just like this.